Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Christian from Berlin. Are you one of those guys who just love the key of C? Just white keys. After such a long stretch of easy lessons in C, you've got to learn another key. Many books do that in the first chapter, so it's about time. Why? A new key also means a new sound for your ears. Your ears will hear it's something is different. It means also new motivation and new inspiration. There's sheet music for this lesson, of course. This time it's a really good deal. It's over 7 pages, and you pay just what you pay for one song, usually in my store. It's linked in the description box. It has finger settings, everything you want. If you like this, please don't forget to leave a like. Helps my channel to grow. Now let's go. I hope you enjoy this. Did I say everything I wanted? Have a nice weekend. First, of course, you need the right equipment. The chords. Of course, the 1, the tonic, is G7 now. Then the subdominant now is the C, your favorite all-time best friend, C7, which you know already. And the dominant is, of course, D7 here. Okay, so these 3 chords do we need. What else do we need? The blues scale in G. Blues scale for many is synonymous with the minor blues scale. There is a major blues scale, which we don't need now. And the blues scale is this one starts on G. Then we have the B flat. Then we have the C sharp, the D, the F, and the G. And if you play them all together, which we never do, just so that you see them on the green key, sounds like a construction site in Berlin. So this is the G minor blues scale. Okay, got it? Then it's very useful to, before we start, show you 2 elements that are reoccurring. It is coming back so that you understand them when they show up. One of those elements, of course, is the blues scale itself. Then the thirds, the blues thirds, I call them. And they sound familiar to you already from my other tutorials. Yeah. In G, they are those. You can play a 2-hour blues just with those. Just don't expect to get a gig, not a paid gig. Okay, these, remember those, they're coming back. And the 6th, the sweet blues sticks. Here. We play another 2-hour with this one. So the 6th again are here, 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 and here. Now we are all set. Let's go. So we're starting with a couple of useful and great lines just using the blues scale. Of course, we don't just play the blues scale up and down. We are now better than that. Play it again. Here the essence is here that we have this, having the G in between, alternating with the next blues scale notes. And then we just walk down one more time. Fantastic. Okay, next one. And down. 1 and 4 and you can play all these lines here also on C. When it's blues scale material, it fits over C also. It would sound like this. Greater. Now we take a very popular rhythmic figure and also do something on the blues scale. Here we go first time, we start with a flat 5 of G. Second time, we start with a D. You can start from both. it's really good to alternate between those. I play it again in slow. One more time. Oversetting. Hurry. If you cannot play the tremolo here, or you go to my how to tremolo tutorial. Just now we are using we use the blues scale, and now we start to use our thirds. You know, the thirds in G, like what I'm talking about is this one, because these are so typical here. I like to call them the royal thirds because they're very important. I don't know if the royals are really important anymore, but it's easy to remember, okay? So I have a couple of examples to do that. Okay, let's have a look, and then we connect this to C. Now again. This third, and here a little trick. Here, this resolution sounds very bluesy. Again. This third, and this trick. Now we go to C. Yeah, of course you go only to C after you played this 4 bars, you know. Now, and here of course we can play this, but we must on C remember that we do not play the major third as before on the chord G, but here we play it as the 7 of C. Remember, here is the minor 7 of C. We have to adjust it just a little bit to C, but then we can play it. And you see, here also not like this, but this. We have to stay on the 7 of C. And we go back to G. Very important sound, this third sound. You know, practice that a lot, you know, you need that a lot. It's just everywhere. If you get better, one day, if you should, 1 and... Yeah, that sounds full and rich. Let's see what we are doing. 1 and 2 and 3, he, 4 and 1. And this is a great, important and rich and full sound, okay? And one more time in slow, we go on after that. 1 and 2 and 3, he, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. We move on. Okay, we reach out a little bit higher, but now that you understand the central elements, we can do that. Okay, here. It sounds complicated, but it isn't. I'll play it again. Now, what is it? Here we have 3 different elements here. We have this one. Here. Between the 5th, flat 5, and here. Okay? Remember this one. And now we go to our beloved thirds that you know by now. in this combination, often played, and you can do it if you play it slow enough. Okay, we have that in the middle, and then we reach down, and then we go to the drone lick, which you know from my lessons in C already. I assume you have a little bit of knowledge when you come to my lessons in G. So I don't have to do the like baby, what's it called, breastfeeding. Again, so the drone lick in G is this one. And we use elements of it all the time in blues piano. It's very powerful. So I play the thing in slow, it's triplets again. The whole first bar is in triplets. Down, reach over, drone lick. And one more time. Thirds. Sorry. And in fast it would be fantastic sound, no? Yes, it is. Woo! Yes, you can do that. Okay? And another delicacy here. And also playable in C. What is it? Again, we have what you know already from me, the 2-5, I call it 2-5 business, just to give it a name. And we start here on the minor 7 and on the minor 3rd. And it's very easy. It sounds expensive and it is easy. Why? Because the finger setting makes it so easy to play. Now, and from here, we go here. Also with 2-5, that's why it's called 2-5, to C, then to B flat and E, also with 2-5. And from here on already it repeats. That's the great thing. It's a chain. And here again 2-5, you see? It's wonderful in the hand. And in slow with both hands. Good stuff. And it can be played identically on C. We come to the next one, and that is with octaves. So we have the thirds, we have the 2-5 business, we have now octaves that gives everything a certain bite, okay? Do we play it up here or do we play it up here? Okay. And so on. Again, you can play this identically on C, sounds great. And what is the essence here? Why does it sound good? It's rhythmically interesting. That's it. That's the whole thing. Just octaves doesn't sound like anything. Okay. And although there are few notes, they're rhythmically interesting, and those are in octaves and slow. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You see, we have syncopations here, and just count it right, and it sounds great. Yeah. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And it sounds great at all tempos. That is wrong, Christian. It's called tempi. Now here is a little bit of old school third, and as I said in the beginning, there's more old school in my lesson, old school blues piano in G. And I don't want to, do it all double, so I do a little bit here, but if you want more of those old school with the 6 and these here, you go to that, so you have everything and nothing twice. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And what is old school here? Here. We have these old school thirds as opposed to this one. This one has probably also been played at old school. I just call it like that to give it categories so it's easier to remember. And so, of course, the triplets. And we have this element here in between, which also, from a previous example. And I played slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3. And we have our old school sixths here, going down. Now, what can you do if you want to play it in C? And here I show it to you in C explicitly. When you play this like jump, now we go to C. And here we have to take care of the B flat of C7. So we'll go from last bar C, last bar G. Now. And 2 and here. Again. Recognize this fella? Yeah, that's the minor 7 of C of the, because we are in C now. And when you go back, and then we are back in the G thing. Now it's time for a run up or run down. What do I mean with that? That is, if we go from the tonic, which in our lesson here is the G, we want to go to C. And let's say you come from whatever you play in G, like 1 bar, 2nd bar, 3rd bar now. Whoa! What was that? Now, I played again, the rundown. It's on the 4th bar of the tonic, in this case G7, 4th bar from the blues scheme, blues form, like. Ooh, and now we are in C7 already, destination. Right hand. 1 and 2 to and here. You know this from before. 1 and 2 to and 3 to and 4 and 1. And arrive in destination C. Minor 7 from C, major 3rd and 5th of C. Again. 1 and 2 to and 3 to and 4 to and 1. Make sure you arrive here 1, 5 on these, because you want to grab those here. When you do it in tempo, you will be thankful for my tip here. Otherwise you get into trouble, and you're causing probably too much trouble anyway. So again, 1 and 2 and 3 and now. Okay. Okay. Now we do a run up. And that's a classic. That's a classic. Okay, let's say we play the couple of bars of G again. Now, whoa, sounds luxurious, and it is. So, what the run up is, this time we go from here, the bass goes from here to bop, bop, destination. The right hand does, or if you want to slide this, it's a little bit hard for beginners. You can slide this, you don't have to. Here. And remember the G, it's coming back. So 1 and 2 and. You see, it's only the middle finger that is ascending. That's very intellectual for German to know this word, ascending. Just know that because of the ascending moon or descending moon. Okay. Now, look at my thummy. Bop, bop. And only here, we are 1. We are on the C, okay? Again, together in context. 1 and 2 and 3, and off we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you have 2 run-ups. With that, you're welcome on any session, even a session far above your pay grade. Now we talk about the, we need a turnaround, right? We need a turnaround. You know what a turnaround is? You want to get back to, we want to play the D7 in between the dominant to be starting just to turn around to G. So one example would be a very nice one. 1 and. Or. Now, again in slow. 1 and. And 4 and 1. You can play either the bass with or without. Okay? What is it? I got this one actually from Dr. John. He plays it a little bit more complicated, like whatever. We don't do that here. So yeah, 1 and 2 to and 3 to and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 again. And 1 and 2 to and 3 to and 4. Finger setting. Yeah, so you can tie that. And finger setting. And 4. Okay. You need an ending. You need an ending too. And just listen. Just listen. Ooh. It's slow. 1 and 2 to and. Let's have a look at the final bit first. We go chromatically into destination for the and. chromatically from A flat 7 to G7. Yes, and you can play 4 notes at the same time. After all my previous beginner's lessons, here is the A flat 7, and it sounds great. Listen, once you understand it, it's easy. Understanding is a privilege of my students here. A flat 7 is the 7 minor 7 is the 9, it's the 3 and the 5. That's why it's also called 7, 9 or 7, 2. The 2 is identical with 9. 7, 2, 3, 5 voicing. Yeah, you know that already, right? Right? And we just go chromatically down to the same on G. Sounds sophisticated. Again, think of those sessions. You don't want to like shame yourself. Okay, 1 and here we have that power slide upwards, which you can play also. Again, 1 and again, and 1. And one more time. And you know that old trick that you can use any turnaround as an ending, and any ending as a turnaround, right? You just have to, instead of going back to G for the turnaround, you just go back to what you did before, to the dominant. So this could also serve as a turnaround. Listen. And start. Okay, you just have to, the last 2 chords have to be, instead of going back to the root, going back to your roots. Great song. Richie Havens. You go to that. Okie dokie. So, and here are 2 ideas to go from D7, C7 back to the G7. And from here on, you can either go to our 5 to start a new one, to turn around, or and then going to the end. Now what is it? We have here old school thirds. Yeah, think of the thirds in the G thirds, not in the D thirds. We are on D7, but you think of it's easier to think of the G triad and these thirds in G, although you are on D7. So, and this is a very popular sound, going from here to the destination of the D7 fifth at minor 7, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and this bit you know. And one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now if you're coming from a slightly more energetic point up here, then this one is for you. We have again, well, I play it first. What is it? Think in, we are in D, left hand, but think in G, in the right hand. And you will recognize well-known friends you should recognize well-known friends. So our thirds here, and now we go down the G chord, although we are in D. Then we do a bit of the G 2-5 business. Yeah, with the second and fifth finger, that's why I call it 2-5 business. And the rest is easy, almost. 1. And then we have a couple of 1 octaves and going down the 6th. Yeah, our old school 6th. Okay, so by now you should be able to recognize this and that a little bit more, and that helps you memorize it. Okay, I played it in slow. And so on. And one more time. Wow. Octave, 6th down. And then you speed it up. Oh, sorry, on D. Now I did the same mistake. So here we go. Plenty of stuff to play on your session in G or just at home. For your caddy or your doggy. And I say bye-bye. Hopefully see you in my next easy blues piano lesson. Bye from Berlin.